Some things don't change. The switch immediately for 1 second, overloading the encoding. Some things just don't change with hardware. Okay, so Project Triangle Strategy. This was announced literally last night in the February 17th Nintendo Direct. It is the second HD 2D game on the second game on the Octopath Traveler engine, and this one is basically Final Fantasy slash Tactics Ogre. Final Fantasy Tactics slash Tactics Ogre, I should say. Check. There's no voices or anything in this. It's interesting that they're explicitly saying this is from the middle of the game. Difficulty has been oomphed a bit. Now, I've heard some people have already fussed about this, and the thing is, I don't think it's worth getting too judgmental or fussy now, because I remember, among other things, like, you know, Square Enix have done this thing where, like, they put out demos,
On the faraway continent,
check feedback, and you know, adjust the game appropriately. They didn't have really default, they did Braille second. They did Braille default 2. They did Octopath, they're doing it with this, and you know, other examples of this has often been very promising. Like Neo had that process, so like we have, here's our original idea, like how everything is originally, put it out, see what people think of it, adjust accordingly, and like, you know, when Neo's first demo hit, it was awful. I didn't get to play it myself, but I've seen it, and I've seen people, I heard people talk about it, I've seen it myself, it was awful. Weapons broke completely, and would be like gone after they broke, and they would break within like 3 to 5 hits, it was horrible. It was merciless, it was vicious, and it was just absolutely cruel, and there was no point in trying to build anything up, because it would just break. And then, you know, across, after that, and then across like another further 3 demo beta sessions, they basically hammered Neo into like a very fine edge. It is a remarkably good game. One of the best of its kind, pretty much hands down. Neo 2 didn't really have that, but then Neo 2 just used Neo 1 almost entirely. This is the, you know, just everything Neo 1 had as the systems, used that entirely and just added some shit on top of it. And it was also really good. So even if this is at this point a bit rough or anything, I'm just like, you know, that's understandable, and I'm glad it's rough now rather than rough later.
brought to their limits and facing their mutual demise.
Oh god, sorry.
The three powers at last negotiated a truce. Peace.
I like this art.
came to Norzelia,
And this art.
only briefly. Shortly after assuming power in Esfrost, Archduke Gustadolf launched a surprise invasion of the neighboring kingdom of Glenbrook. The might of the Esfrostian forces, under the command of the formidable General of Laura, easily overwhelmed Glenbrook's crown city. Before any could comprehend the meaning of what was happening, the once proud Whiteholm Castle had fallen.
I know to some extent that prob of it, like the castle falling and all that, will probably be
Houses of Glenbrook
playable.
rise to the royal family's aid. Leading the charge is none other than young Serenoa, who has only just taken over the mantle of lordship from his father.
Oh, he's
At
fucking
his
royal.
side are Benedict, House Walford's advisor and a veteran of the Salt Iron War. Roland, the younger prince of Glenbrook and Serenoa's childhood friend. And Frederica, his betrothed, who hails from the very duchy they now call foe.
Plump and juicy drama being set up here.
Fanned by the unwavering convictions held by the rulers of these lands. And though they may not yet know it, Serenoa and his comrades are heading straight into the pyre.
There's like a little checklist of things to do when we get into the combat. By things to do, I mean like things to check, not that, you know, just
destruction in their wake.
see how alike its apparent predecessors it actually is.
Like bloodthirsty beasts, they search, eager to carry out Archduke Gustadolf's orders.
One
to
wonders
kill
if
any
the
member of the royal family
they actually beefed the demos difficulty up a
With
bit
the
to make
very
you be more
future
tactical,
kingdom
or
hanging in
if
the
it's
balance,
just the actual
Serenoa
difficulty curve they're
released
having and
a
just want to see how
as
people
fast
react.
as his legs can carry him.
Because the really default demo, the one I actually really default 2 demo, I should say, that I streamed, however many months ago that one was slapped a bit for its difficulty because it did just have like hellfuck enemies in many corners, and then it turned out that wasn't intentionally like, trying to keep you from wandering too far. It was explicitly the intent. They expected you to play and like grind and tactically get around all that as much as you could. The issue was you just didn't have enough shit in that demo to really deal with half of it without a lot of grinding. They overestimated their own systems and they underestimated the stats of the creatures.
Do they mean to hurt us?
They will do no such thing.
I realize this is like, you know,
Not so long as I
so far away from a release and everything, but also you could have given us a language option.
Cease the vainglorious theatrics. The city is mine now, and not a soul loyal to his grace still lives. You are all that remains. Not even the Dawn Sphere can hope to triumph against such odds.
You talk and talk, but do you have the courage to test your words?
This is folly, Gustadolf. What madness has possessed you? Is this how you would take revenge for what befell your father?
Nothing so petty as that, Ragnar. The war and all its atrocities should remain buried in the past.
Alright, 1 sec. Where's that? What have I done? Ah, there's the fucking... I had the keyboard out, so quickly getting some roulettes in Final Fantasy 14 before this.
Then what drives you to commit new ones? To tear down the future we labored so
It's a bit
long
rich to talk
achieve.
about atrocities of the previous war. Well, you know, starting a new one.
Do you think Hysant will stand idly by while Glenbrook burns?
I shudder
Hang
to
on.
think what ends you hope to achieve by such vile means.
You always did lack imagination. However, not even I foresaw the opportunity this foolish partnership would afford me. As for Hysant, she shall meet the same fate as your beloved kingdom before long.
Whatever your aims may be, you'll never...
I might actually turn this up on my TV a bit, because it is quite low.
Father, are you hurt?
Roland?
Brother?
You imbecile! Why do you return?
Be grateful to see me for once. I wasn't about to leave you to these wolves.
You stone-headed brat!
I mean, you know, there's like 5 soldiers, 1 probably general man, and then Gustadolf himself, he may or may not be a fighter.
And you brought friends.
Stand down at once. On the honor of House Wolford, we shall not let the royal family come to harm.
Well, my name is Printer. Hello, Hammer.
So you're the young one. You have courage, if not much sense. I'll give you that.
Brother, what is the meaning of this?
I am sorry for forcing this unpleasant scene upon you, Frederica. I had to take action. Sooner than anticipated.
That direct was good.
Action?
It was,
What do you...
you know, it had like, of course, like stretches I realized I'm like, basically I don't know why they give EA any time more than like 5 seconds. Because anytime EA had a thing on screen, it was deplorable. As well as that DC game that was also deplorable, and there's another one I hated. Looking like, oh fuck, get it off the screen already, but I forget what it was. But it had a lot of really good things. The EA trailer was very shocking in how, like, none of like the interview, so to speak, trailer footage of the characters lined up at all with the game, which is like, fuck me, what are you doing? Like, Jesus, EA. Talk about, like, not even trying to hide how cheap you are being with that one.
For this most heinous crime, and for shattering the trust between our nations out of malice, I declare their punishment
like,
to be swift and final.
I don't know, because I feel like expecting any sort of answer on Metroid, at least in particular, is that, like, you know, I would kill for it, but I'm at the point where I'm kind of like, it's never going to happen, and I just don't, like, I'm not going to expect it. If it happens, it'll be a surprise, but like, every time they don't do it, I'm not going to consider it a twist of the knife, because Nintendo just have time and again shown nothing but contempt for Metroid.
So this is the lie.
What mummery is this? Dragon was killed by
Silence, my lord.
Benedict?
I commend you for delivering the traitorous Prince Roland to me. He too must answer for his crimes. Hand him over, and House Wolford may yet see itself through this unscathed. You are my dear sister's husband to be. Bend the knee, and no harm shall befall you.
I will do
Yeah,
we won't be party to your
very strong opener, I thought, and then it began to waver a bit with like indie ports, and then they're like, oh yeah, Legend of Mana is getting a remaster, and then I just kind of like backflipped. And, you know, we kept going on, like, alternating, like, every so often just doing a backflip, and then we got to this, and I saw the gameplay of this, and I backflipped up into my own asshole.
You seem intent on repeating your history. However, I fear you will.
And, you know, basically, it's like, it might as well have just been the Square Enix Direct featuring Nintendo and occasionally EA. Because Square Enix are just popping the fuck off this year, apparently.
General of Laura, kill them all.
I did, I was just like, ah! I was talking to David on Discord at the time, not on the call, just like in text, and then I just went like, ah! It's finalizing tactics. Good job, jackass.
brother!
Sir Maxwell, leave me! Take Roland to safety!
Yes, my lord. My prince, with me.
And the princess.
Leave them. Step aside, Sir Maxwell.
My lord, we must...
I noticed that because I had gone on to go download it for today's stream. I didn't notice you're here. I don't know how long it is or anything. If it's very long, I probably won't finish it on stream because I do want to start Puyo today finally.
There is no saving me. The
But I definitely want to get into the thick of like a few battles, depending on how long they are. Just get a good sampling of it, and then, you know, see over the rest when it ain't short. Ooh.
Follow us. But I... Damn it all.
No, we'll probably not see the whole thing on here. I noticed there's a lot of cutscenes. It must be
You would once again see
a bit
Norzelia.
more together than they let on.
Truly, you are lost.
Over an hour in this and only had one battle. Jesus Christ.
Lost, Regna. But it need be no longer.
This is a meaty demo. Fuck. Didn't even feel that one coming.
This is where Sir Maxwell would have us wait.
He is readying the boat for our escape as we speak.
A wise decision. No doubt the river is our only hope of getting out of the city alive.
Finished the main story of Penny 2. Hey.
The streets are overrun with Esfrosti soldiers. Our foe no doubt searches for us on the other side of this very gate.
Then we wait here and pray for Sir Maxwell's swift return.
Better than Penny 1. That's good to know. Sorry about the burping, but it's gonna just be
Cordelia.
difficult.
she doing with us? She's with the enemy. What? No, I had no idea. Lies. It was your own brother that attacked the city. If I had any idea he was planning such atrocities, I would have stopped him.
Things they added are great. They fix some problem and say the level design is better. a bit less trolley. That's good.
He speaks the truth. We are as shocked and torn by this turn of events as you.
Enough, Hewitt. We can't be clawing at each other's throats with the Frosty army looking to hunt us down like dogs.
My emotions got the better of me for a moment. Forgive me.
I'm sure. Still has some problems the first game also had, but overall we had a big improvement.
Means no ill, my
Fair
lady.
enough.
Her fellow members of the Kingsguard were slain before her eyes. For now, let us focus on the present. Prince Roland's safety and escape are our main concerns.
Of course.
This game is a saga mode because it also has one.
These are trying times, but we mustn't let emotions cloud our judgment.
Benedict, you stopped me from speaking the truth of Dragon's death. To what end?
Gustadolf would frame Glenbrook for Lord Dragan's murder and claim it as pretext for his invasion. If he knew we witnessed the truth, our heads would already be on pikes.
It would seem he still intends to put them there.
Because you spat in the face of his demands.
What we know could expose his claims as the treacherous lies they are. If it came to light that Gustadolf orchestrated his own cousin's murder, no one would dare.
Yeah, it is already very Final Fantasy Tactics.
Indeed.
In terms of, you know, like, shenanigans and politics.
Especially when weighed against the power and influence the Archduke commands. Your truth would be taken as the pathetic ramblings of a desperate man.
Once again, your wisdom makes me feel the fool.
Second mode in P1 was a bunch of new, rather hard levels and new bosses at the end, and a new story, or the main mode, of course.
Are all fumbling
Of Asagi being tormented, I'm sure. Changes the gameplay substantially between modes. That's interesting. What does it become then?
You spoke and acted as the Lord of House Wolford, and did so admirably.
And yet my actions have put everyone in danger. Father would have known better.
Let us look forward, my lord, not back. There are truths yet cloaked in the shadows. We must survive and see them brought to light. For these truths shall be the weapons by which we lay Esfrost low.
Thank you, Benedict. I promise to do all in my power to see us through this safely. Every last one of us.
See, he's leaning forward like he's yelling that, but I guess he's just saying it to Benedict only.
Let us await Sir Maxwell's arrival.
Interesting. Move, jump, dash, and hit point the same, but your methods of attack are completely different, and even the damage system changes. Also, yeah, new bosses. That's wild. Large HP recovery pellet. Hey. TP recovery. Time points? Or technical points, probably. That's right. This thing seems like it would potentially be very interesting. It reminds me of the law and chaos balance in Tactics Ogre in particular, where depending on your actions you'll go down two completely very different routes, and on one of the routes it will just beat the living shit out of you for your sinful actions, and the other one, you know, is like, oh shit, the actual, like, well, not the actual story, but, you know, we get to see everything play out more expectedly. However, I've heard the P1 it shows. Even the story is more compelling than the P1's. Final boss in P1 had two phases. The first one is fine, second one's a dick, and pretty two it's flipped. The first is a dick and the second is nice. That's funny. At least you know if you get through the first phase, like you're like, you know, clean sailing, so to speak. Hang on. Okay, we're good. I think that's everyone's spoken to, so let's we're gonna run that a wee bit more. No, not this side. Wait, no, yeah, it is. Fuck's sake. I might need to mute again in a sec. The second phase is still very hard, it just doesn't kill my arm enough. Yeah, fair enough. So just give this another once over. I will say I do really like the HD 2D engine, whatever you want to call it, engine or style. It's just very nice. People moving about and I'm half expecting them to mute because of shit. Alright. Sick. Right. Nice. Nice. Ooh. Move 5 squares and deal damage to a single adjacent enemy. That's wild, that. The big seal on Switch going on. I'd seen there was a seal. Is it, like, anything interesting? Or should give that a look at something like after this. None of my wish list. Oh. Nintendo haven't emailed me saying like, oh, games on your wish list are on sale, so none of mine might be on it either. Ooh. Nice. Oh, it costs 3, but he's got Smile. Smile in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was basically the exact same thing. You could use it for free. Yeah, I don't think it had MP even. You could just use it as like Moogle jugglers could use it to just instantly give someone else a turn, which is like, oh baby. And yes, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance was the kind of game where you could completely and indeed just have two Moogles smile each other across the map. You could just, you know, have one smile, the other one walk around behind and smile, and just keep that going back and forward. The enemy would never get a turn. You walk them both across the map, and then just stab whatever the hell you want. Tactics Advance was wild. That was a game that had a thin veneer of balance, in that it was balanced if you didn't think about it, and then if you put any thought into it, you could just snap it over your knee, and that was the best part. You're a midge. Ooh. Grant the ability to counter-attack thing would be fancy. Medic. Yes. Good shit. God damn. What you fancy? I guess he a spy. Yeah. Ninja, basically. This is a ninja one in particular. That's wild. They're really playing on the height difference stuff, which the Tactics games and Tactics Ogre, to my memory, didn't do too much. Like, they were there, but they didn't give you that much ways of surmounting it. Huet has a big falcon. Very nice. Fell swoop. Oh, figures. Mobilize. You are our tank, so to speak. That's gonna be key. But he doesn't get that till he levels up. Ice Mage. Right. Yeah. Get amongst it.
My prince, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I've managed to procure a boat for our escape. It should arrive.
Thank you so, Maxwell.
Would that I could have done more. You did well to stand against Gustadolf. Your father would have been proud to see it.
Let's save the pleasantries until we're through the gate, huh? Everyone ready?
We are. Open the gates, Eridor!
Whatever you say, my lord. Here's hoping we can make it through without those bastards on the shore noticing.
I mean, it's a big fucking gate open. They're gonna notice.
Over there!
See?
There's too many of them. We need to turn back.
Shut the gate. We cut a few off.
There's nowhere to run. Damn it. They've shut us in.
Or they shut the gate. Alright.
Is this it? If this is where I fall, I'm taking these frosty bastards with me.
Don't be so quick to throw your life away, my prince.
Yes, we haven't lost hope yet. The boat will arrive shortly. We only need to fend them off until then.
Can we do that?
I fail to see why not. If you lend us your sword, that is.
As if I would do aught else.
Form around the prince.
See,
Protect him.
the dialogue like that really doesn't work with like the vaguely American accent thing you have going on.
The prince is on the bridge! Seize him!
Right, so that's what you're gonna fuck off to.
Rats. I shall defend the rear.
Like, some actors can make it work, but for the most part, like, the accent just kind of fucks you over with that. It doesn't sound right. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, attacks from the front actually have like kind of low accuracy on top of doing less damage in the tactics schemes. Attacks from the side have a bit more of each, and then attacks from behind are basically like enemy. It's not that they can't dodge, but they have like basically no evasive bonus, and also you'll do extra damage from shanking them in the back, obviously. Which occasionally makes things look a bit silly when it's just the two of you circling around each other to hit each other. But, is a guaranteed crit here, is it? Ooh. Nice. Yeah. Turn order. Alright, who's where? Archer. No one up there. Some pair of bastards on that side. Archer. These are all the swordmen. Grim. Can we... No, I don't think we can see their range exactly. Oops. Actually, there's a thought. No one down there, is there? No. I don't even know if we can go down there. We presumably can climb ladders if he's up there. Anyway, I'd actually change you back. Who are you again? You are mage. Sereno there. You're fine there. You're fine there. Maxwell's here. That's how you can tell he's a beast lord. He's like 6 levels above everyone else. Shield bearer, everything here looks fine. Mage in front, might have to be okay. Actually, no, yeah. Either. What is this thing? Oh. Oh, well then. I'm surprised it just lets you do this before the fight, yeah. Probably prudent. What is your deal? Ah, you're mission slash quest giver then, basically. Alright. This looks really nice though, look at this. Again, I am surprised they just let you do that before even a fight like this. Alright. That's enough pissing about.
The gate to the drawbridge is shut tight. We must find a way to open it.
Is it the lever behind the man? Yeah.
Leave our pursuers to me. Open the gate, whatever it takes.
Right. Yep. Okay, that helps.
My turn.
So there's enemy attack range. That's yeah. Okay, this is gonna be the arch. Both of them actually. She can probably not be hit when she's in that, but I don't trust the game's AI not to just walk someone right up in front of her anyway. To like reveal her for... I just want you to go there, you don't have to do anything. I guess X. Choose the facing direction. Was that both? They only did it once?
This battle is ours.
Curiosity, can you... I guess not. I guess the bird's advantage is just that it can fly, basically. Or not fly, like it can just go up terrain, maybe, instead of being able to take off and actively fly. Doesn't seem like it has a aerial thing. Okay. Yeah, basically the bird just means it can just fly across shit. No worries.
Let us try out their weakness.
Secret weapon? I don't know if I want to press that. Okay, right. Let's not do that.
I shall do my best. Defeat is not an option.
Alright, let's steer you in. A bit of one. Now we killed it anyway, so...
On my honor as the Dawn Speaker.
Yay.
Let me heal your wounds.
What did he do? Does he just like, did he just mark people out or something, or?
You won't beat me!
Give him a second target to think about. Can you reach either of them? Let's not get too crazy.
So,
Yeah, the enemy range indicators are very nice. It's a very nice thing to have. I think it's also a more natural way of doing it than like, no, not more natural, but it's a nicer way of doing it than Fire Emblem tends to. Where Fire Emblem, you have to actually like hit it over individual enemies or all enemies, and it's just like, oh, here's the fuck zone. Good, like, just don't step into the fuck zone. It's kind of like, you know, this is nicer, especially the little like lines pointing at you thing. Oh, pardon me. 3 Houses actually does this. Oh, well, fuck me then. There we go. It's cause problems on purpose.
I will end this.
Ready for more.
I will end this.
Oh, he just didn't do anything. Alright, fair enough. I don't want to run her too far forward. What's your abilities again? That might be a bit prudent. We can probably run someone up past her to start guarding her a bit, actually, but... where can this guy attack? So I'm not seeing all... Nope, there we go. So basically starting there.
I won't lose.
Feast on his bones.
Did you see that?
Here I come. This battle is won.
I see a path to victory.
Call me cautious, but it's just I like playing a lot of these, at least the first, before I know everyone's like a fuck beast.
I shall protect you.
Nifty.
For the honor of House Walford.
Delayed strike just delaying people into the fucking grave, I tell you what. They just not attacking, like rolling range, and then none of them want. I guess they're guarding the thing, actually, huh? Interesting. He's just slightly out of range. He just does tempt a bit, doesn't it? Why not? See what happens.
I'll keep on then.
Oh, did I take too long? Yeah.
It's the prince. See?
Quickly now, before
I'll take you on.
Alright, go get him. Oh yeah, the tag up mechanic.
You've left yourself open.
Time to work.
This is the end. Victory is within
What have we
reach.
here?
Poof. Hide. Ah, there it is. Behind attacks are always, back attacks are always crits. That's interesting. It's not a good way of doing it. And alright, any ally behind an enemy will automatically get their crack in. Alright, let's keep being a fucking bother.
For victory.
Opposite of you? Ah, okay. I must have just read that wrong then.
Here I come.
I'll be a wee bit sassier. Maybe not that sassy. Not in range, not in range, just in turn.
I fight for peace.
Alright, they can't hit all of us at this point, so just fucking go for it. That really doesn't reach very far, huh? EM says behind? Ah, okay. Okay, I did read it right. I'm not going crazy then. Oh, well, she's gonna get punched. Good guard job there, Maxwell. Pop.
I shan't hold back.
That's more like it.
You've made a grave mistake.
Just a quick tap for a good measure.
Oh, careless of me.
From where shall we strike?
Speaking of careless.
For my kith and kin.
Revenge shot. Bitch.
I've been waiting for this.
You can hit any of these guys, like fucking go for it. Kinda getting a big pile up going. You might as well go take that.
For victory. It's open. Go.
Fucker.
Don't let them escape to the royal family. Protect the prince.
No matter how many come,
They've overrun the bridge already.
Okay. That was the secret weapon. What does it do?
Time to take flight.
Shall we begin?
You get to there. And your physician, heal thyself.
Time for some research.
What was that accent? Kinda hoping that would do more damage.
I shan't hold back. Just as I planned.
There is no mercy on the battlefield. You were overconfident.
Well met.
I will end this.
Need to build up like 2 squares of stuff for the range magic. Does really hurt though. Okay, I see.
Much appreciated.
I've been waiting for this.
Just fucking end his life.
You're done.
Defeat is not an option.
He is a good ways out. Just bring him on. He can still move too, so you don't fucking go get amongst it. Damn, they love her. I mean, it wasn't called Project Octopath Traveler, it was just Project Octopath. They added, like, they took Project off and added Traveler later. But yes, hello Evan. You can presume then that this will either keep the word triangle or the word strategy in its name. One of the two. Sneak. Oh, you could do with some life assistance. Can you get up there actually? I don't know how you got the horse up the ladder, but there you go.
For my kingdom. The hunt is on.
Get back there and start giving us some cover. I mean, they didn't emphasize that there was permadeath in the trailer. They may not have decided.
That went well.
This is good. They're good.
Wikipedia says revealed as Project Octopath Traveler January 13th. That's fine. I don't remember it being called that, honestly. That surprises me. Think yourself. I know he also needs it, but he can use an item.
I see a path to victory. You have nothing left. For the
4
future
not, yeah.
of House Wolford.
I'll be fine.
Probably should use the large one actually, given that did basically fuck all relatively.
For the honor of House Wolford.
Get it there, stack up, get ready.
I will end this.
You two.
You won't beat me.
Yeah, I mean, you've only one choice, really.
This won't be easy.
Now, the fact that he stepped back, can archers not shoot directly in front of them, or have I just missed that? Not that it matters exactly. If I put you there, yeah, you can't hit him. Figures. You can shoot down, you can't shoot up. Archers can't. Alright, so he's basically locked down, that's fine. To be fair, like, Octopath Traveler is a perfectly functional name for what it is.
I see a path to victory.
Yeah, just get amongst it. Yeah. Double stealth.
I shall do what I can.
Yeah, it did stand out.
Knowledge is strength.
Like, triangle strategy doesn't quite... I mean, I guess in a sense it does stand out a bit, but it's not quite as actually, you know, captivating a name, let's call it. There we go.
Defeat is not an option.
Bugger him up. I mean, like, really, just fucking get amongst it.
Time to take flight.
Triumvirate would actually be a really good one. Triple Triad would also be a good one. Change the name of it to Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Job done. Classic, I think you'll agree.
Allow me. Look at me learning.
Hello, Daddy. Oh, don't tell my flames to get in there. Bow.
But not quite.
Nah, he's blind though.
On my honor as the Dawn Speak.
Who's this? You. Get your stab on. Just get him.
Victory is within reach.
Left yourself open.
And take cover again. I like Anna's whole setup. She's already got a whole thing going on. Just outstab, back away. Let's give him a bit of assistance. Yeah, he's not quite as bulky as our shield bearer.
Our victory is assured. This won't be easy.
The hunt is on.
I do appreciate on one level that it does let me do that. On the other hand, it is kind of like, I feel like they shouldn't let you do that for a mounted unit. I feel like they should make mounted units like a special thing instead of just this is a part of the character. What I mean is, in like Final Fantasy Tactics, you could capture chocobos, or you know, breed chocobos, either or.
From where shall we strike?
And then you could just put a unit on it and it will mount the chocobo, and then it would have the chocobo's movement capability and abilities on top of their own. And that was useful because on top of chocobos being able to move better, if you had a black one, those could fly, so they could just fly up on the perches and do shit, which you didn't need too much because a lot of the best shit in Tactics was magic or ranged anyway, or you know, was a dragoon and those could just jump. But you know how it goes. Being in one. I guess that probably took.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Alright, good. So leave it. Oh, Anna's standing there. Didn't realize the cursor went there. You need to fix still, fix yourself. Fix Roland next turn as he passes.
Where was
Can you cast? You can.
Yes.
Excellent.
Very effective. This is quite the discovery.
Frosty fetters.
On my honor as the Dawn.
Frosty? Ace Thrusty? I'm on to you, Quarantine. Get him.
Too slow.
The detail I like is that... No, he is facing that way now. Is he? No, he's still facing forward. Which is nice. Just step forward, pinch that. Whoever has haste should really cast it on you so you can like start moving more.
Much appreciated.
Cheeky bent.
This battle is ours.
Actually. Hey.
For the honor of House Walford.
Cool heads shall prevail.
This so far is extremely, it's not completely, but it is very, we are bringing tactics back in directly. Like, a lot of it puts more emphasis on, like, the heights of, like, heights mechanics and the terrain mechanic, of course, as shown in the trailer. Like, you can see that floor is frozen a lot. I haven't done anything with that yet, but that's a thing. But it is extremely tacticsy. I imagine like the final game actually goes like the whole hog and actually like change people's classes and all, and has a whole class system. It's basically tactics outright, just in all but name only. Which, you know, yes, you know, just yes, just yes, yes, very yes. Sure, even in the encampment bit, there's like a bartender who implies he has quests and shit for you, so it's kind of like a merger of like original tactics with bits from, you know, its successors even. Actually, hang on. There's a pest back there. You can just stay here actually and give them a bit of a touch.
Thank you.
See, it. Yeah, there's touches of that. It also has like quite a bit of tactics over in it, at least in stylistically anyway. If not, the whole like three like utility, what is it, like utility, loyalty, and morality system of like determining choices and all that to like decide how things play out. Whoops. No, zoom in, come back. There we go. That reminds me a lot of the Law Chaos choices in Tactics Ogre, and a lot of the choices you can make in Tactics Ogre would send that game's plot spiraling down all kinds of directions. I don't expect this to be as wild as Tactics Ogre was, and probably not as well written as Tactics Ogre was. But when I say Tactics Ogre, I mean Let Us Cling Together, which I think was the Super Nintendo one. I got a PSP remake, and that's why I played it, and that was really good. I never played the N64 one, which I think was March of the Black Queen. Yes. Just you don't need to move, really. You don't? No, you don't cast haste. Oops. He doesn't know shit for Frost anyway, so just move there and turn. I mean, kind of, like, they've had a few outlets for that. Octopath was less, like, making a turn-based RPG, but not FF, and that was actually a lot closer to this is a stealth attempt at remaking, or not remaking, but redoing the Saga games. As there's a lot of the same principle setup as those, which like the you have like multiple selectable characters, all with their own plot lines and different areas they go to that may occasionally overlap and shit. But then Square Enix also just remade Romancing Sagas, like under like remastering. Well, it was remaster, not remake. Saga's still going basically. Like they just kicked Saga back to life in and around and after Octopath Traveler. So I perfectly wouldn't mind if they're like, okay, you know what, we just have Saga, let's just do Saga again and just move these guys onto Final Fantasy Tactics. I would welcome that dearly, even if they don't want to give it the name. And just move everyone up basically so everyone's like comfortably on the bridge for when this thing appears. I still need to actually fucking play Octopath. I've only played the demos. It went on the pile and stuff got busy and I just have never taken it out of the pile. But I want to get, I do want to like fucking, I'm feeling, you know what, touche, Evan, you're right. Saga was Final Fantasy Legend. You did it. You got me. You got me good. Pick 4 characters, finish the stories, and do the other 4. No worries.
For victory.
And just gonna go.
Be gone.
The way is clear. 24 kudos, big sacks of recovery pellets. But yeah, this is very tactics right now. Given that, I kind of hope that they're not afraid to let the game be breakable. And by that I mean like, it's like, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics 1, you could break it out in a number of ways. Like calculators are the obvious one, but there's like, you could do mad broken builds of it.
Will you leave your brother unavenged?
What is it?
You.
What was my other example? Tactics Advance. All you really have to say is steal ability, but also, you know, like dual wielding paladin knight swords, and Viera Assassins also is all you just have to say on that one. You could make humans breakable in many ways. Viera Assassins just kind of come pre-broken.
Leave this place. The Archduke will be content with your father's head.
Never. Frost will answer for its crimes today.
Your Highness!
A shame. You might have lived a long life.
So long as I stand, you'll do him no harm.
Sir Maxwell!
My
Fuck you, Maxwell, you're pretty shit at getting boats.
Your own life now. You are a leader, and must be the beacon others look to when the night is darkest. My friends of House Wolfort, I leave Prince Roland in your care.
Let me go!
Release him to me, and there may be mercy for you yet, Maxwell.
Tis you who should be seeking mercy.
Must you do this? Very well.
Like, people may say that, but to be fair, like, especially on Square Enix related RPGs, I don't tend to take a lot of people's word on how good they may or may not be.
You were only toying with me at the tourney.
As I am fully of the opinion a lot of people just don't treat them all that fairly. Don't get me wrong, some of them are a bit like I Am Setsuna is like that's bad. I haven't seen the middle one, which I think was Lost Sphere. I forget. And I have Oninaki sitting here. I like the demo of that quite a bit.
I could not have said it better myself. How do you still stand?
You know, if you just launched that at the Archduke, you probably could have like got a good hit on someone as well as wiped the room.
But today your sun sets, and a new age begins.
Saint Cross. I mean, he was a Dragoon. What is with Japanese stuff and having it out for spear users? It's like a trend I'm beginning to notice is that a lot of them just have it out for spear wielders. And now you know who the big best of the game is.
And so it was that the once proud kingdom of Glenbrook did fall. Aesfrost seized control of the crown city.
Right, no, it has been an hour. Granted, I took that kind of slowly.
Iron yoke. Now the Archduke's army marches upon House Wolfort's stronghold, where Prince Roland is being sheltered by his loyal friends and allies.
Oh, there's 7. Wasn't there? So, take a look at this. Yeah, I think I'll go a wee bit longer on this, and then we'll shift over just so I actually get fucking Puyo started. But I'm glad this is actually long and meaty, so I can like just descend into it.
We have 2 patients, both with extraordinary fevers. The Rosellan is unresponsive.
Well, I can't tend to both unless you can give me 2 more pairs of arms.
Let me help. I've just completed my training, and I'll do whatever it takes to save them.
There are no real doctors left? Fine, come. We're losing precious time.
Wait. This didn't show up on your run.
We must prioritize the believer.
Huh.
Your Holiness, as you wish.
That's interesting. A bit of randomness on the demo.
Do something.
Do they not teach the order of things in school these days?
So what
Order of
if we do?
things.
What does the order of things have to do with saving lives?
Not all lives are weighted the same. You would do well to remember that.
Quickly, Medina, these people are dying as we bicker.
I couldn't save him. Orders or not, I was the one following them. It's all my fault.
I mean, at least you've got that right.
Where are you going? Medina!
I beg your pardon, Lord Serenoa.
Huh.
But a doctor from the Ministry requests an audience.
Oh, that must be why it's random then. Welcome aboard, I guess, Medina.
Medina. I've heard much about your house and simply had to see it for myself.
What insolence is this?
Stand down. Pray tell, what brings you before me?
It is said House Wolfert possesses a relic known as the Scales of Conviction. Is this true?
Got someone else. That's interesting, that.
We turn to the scales for guidance in times of trouble.
Imagine it probably... Well, it might be random. It'd be annoying if it was completely random in the final game. Though it makes sense, like, depending on what path you end up nutting yourself down, different ones are available.
I had a crisis of confidence. A man was counting on me to save his
I'm 100% sure that one of the voice actors is the same guy who narrated the intro to Weekman 3. Probably is.
I wish to save all the lives I can, regardless of country or creed. Pray grant me the chance to consult the scales, that I might walk the righteous path.
The scales are merely a tool to an end. They're not a magical window into the future. When decisions must be made, all in this house have a say. We choose as best we're able and strive to ensure we chose wisely.
You mean you strive not to regret your decision?
That is all one can do. Forgive me if this is not the answer you sought.
Then would House Wolfert accept my aid if I offered it, my lord?
If you would serve as a doctor, that would be a boon. For we fear the war shall not end soon.
Alright, you fucking English poet.
My lord, I would see what I could do to rewrite the order of things.
Down with your religion, people.
I am at your service, my lord.
Up with the Hippocratic Oath. You know, I wonder if, like, depending on what you do, or how the game, maybe it's like a thing where, like, the demo judges how you did in Battle 1 to decide who you get. Because I spent a bit of time healing people who are getting tapped, maybe it's like, okay, you get another healer. Maybe it probably isn't that complex, it's just random, but it'd be neat if it was doing that. But no problems of offense. Keeping people alive was a bit touchy. No one got into danger exactly, but it was a bit touchy. I can't go down very far, just sweep around. Yeah. Alright, I think with that will be where the stream of this goes. I'm just gonna like sink into this afterwards. I didn't actually expect this to be this meaty. I didn't expect, like, I expected some of the voice acted scenes from the trailer and all, sure. I expected at least one fight, maybe two. I didn't expect it to actually be, like, some semblance of the final game's, like, actual chapters, even if, like, it's just, like, you know, each individual fight is a chapter, individual story fight is a chapter. That's still pretty rad. Yeah, I'm feeling this. I think really the line they have to watch is like stat balancing more than anything, and ways to keep people either leveled or useful. Apart from that, like, you know, those are usual pitfalls of these. The other one is I hope they don't like get too worried about trying to make everything like, too balanced or keep anything from being too broken. Because it's the fun of these games is making monsters, I find. I mean, you know, the fun of it is, you know, the tactical gameplay and all that, but also a good chunk of it is making a monster, like learning the mechanics, learning systems, putting stuff together, and braining your way towards, you know, like a destructive beast. Which, if this game also had that, we're basically fucking flying, and I'm in. I mean, I'm already in, but we'd be fucking flying, and I love it. Let's see. Yeah, here's a save. Oops. I thought I wasn't on that. Oh, that's an auto save, that's why. Oh well, I gotta save in slot 10, fuck it. I'll probably chat more shit about it when I actually play the rest of the demo, because that's a lot beefier than I expected. I do want to finally start Puyo Tetris to actually get myself back on the other main saddle. The main saddle, rather, instead of the weekend saddle. Oops. Alright, give me a sec here.